Hi everybody, it's Medium Jody Jones. So excited to be coming on today and connecting with you guys live. One of my favorite things to do. As you pop on, say hi, let me know that you're there. Tell me where you're from in the comments. And we are going to get into doing some readings today. So I always like to make sure that before I come on and connect with you guys, I do a meditation. I find out exactly what would be most helpful, most useful for everybody to hear. And so I did my meditation before coming on today, and it's interesting because I've been getting this message a few times this week while doing readings with clients. So I'm pretty sure that whoever is going to be watching this video is somebody that needs to hear this message loud and clear from Spirit. So let me introduce myself. If you guys don't know who I am, I hope that most of you do. My name is Medium Jody Jones, and I am a registered acupuncturist. I'm a medium, a psychic. I own a brick and mortar wellness center, and I'm a mother and a wife, and all of the titles go on and on and on. So I know that when I'm working with clients and I'm doing readings online and all of that, it really looks like, I hope, that I've got my act together, that I've got it all together. I'm doing really well. And I have to say that for the most part I am. But I do want to share with you, and I don't know why Spirit's telling me that this is an important part of my story to share with you today. But again, I'm going to trust that there are going to be people that will need to receive it. So I wasn't born with a magic wand any more than any of you were born with a magic wand. And I certainly came into this lifetime with some big soul lessons to learn, which I continue to work on them. But there's been lots of times in my life where I wasn't consciously aware that I had a team of guides and angels that were working with me. And so it was just been in, the last 5 years of my career or so that I have been actually agreeing to work with them. Remember, we come here with free will, so it's all about choice. But I've consciously been connecting with my team of guides and angels. And I'm telling you, it's a difference between night and day as far as how we can get through things and how our experience changes and shifts into having the actual awareness of what we're supposed to be doing, what we're supposed to be learning, instead of it being this free fall of falling into things that don't feel good. So for me, I have gone through, and I know this now clearly, and Spirit shows it to me, that a lot of the life experiences that I've had has been for a purpose. And this is so that I can work with clients, so that I can do counseling and coaching and healing through a truly empathic level. And so you don't have to have every single experience in order to have empathy for somebody, but it certainly helps. So in my 20s, I had a huge chunk of time where I was experiencing panic attacks, anxiety disorder, all of any Western label that they had, they put it on me as for what I was experiencing. And it took over my life. It was debilitating and terrifying, and it was not a fun time to be going through that. I don't wish it on anybody. But I know now that all of that has come about for a reason. And I'm going to share this little, it's interesting because, so I'm clairvoyant, and so that means that I see spirits. I'm clairaudient, so that means I can hear them, and clairsentient, which means that I can feel them. And so when Spirit talks to me or they give me information, it's very interesting because they'll often give it to me now like this. So in a snap, I get an instant download of information. And this is how they will give me my messages for my clients when I'm working as well. And so I don't know if any of you have seen the show, The Crown, on TV. Let me know, leave your comments on there if you've seen that. But it's a show about the royal family, and it is fictional, I think, for the most part. I think a lot of the stuff is factual. And so one of the parts in there is Prince Philip, who, if you don't know this, he is a pilot. And so he got his pilot's license after he had married the Queen. And becoming a pilot was something that was really, really important to him. And he studied with a great pilot that was in the Air Force and became this amazing, amazing pilot. And you, as you can imagine, in order to be a pilot, you have to be somebody who can really maintain your emotions, right? You would be somebody that's not fearful, somebody who doesn't get their feathers ruffled quickly. As you can imagine, if you're, flying an airplane and you have people that you're responsible for and your own life responsible for, and any of the bumps and hiccups that can come along with flying, you need to be somebody that can maintain your composure. It's really, really important. And so it's interesting, I was watching one of the episodes, and so Prince Philip was taking his son, Prince Charles, back to school. So they're living in England, and Prince Charles was going to school in Germany, and so he was flying him back to school. And they happened to be in going through a bit of a storm, and so there was some crazy turbulence that was going on. And so Prince Philip was already talking to Prince Charles about how he thought he needed to be stronger and more of a man, and was really kind of digging into him and was having this deep conversation. And so there's this little boy, Prince Charles, who's sitting in the seat, and he's emotionally upset already because his dad is talking to him and obviously not understanding why he feels the way he feels. And he's crying, he's got tears coming, and he's shaking. And then they come through this turbulence, this massive turbulence, and the plane is shaking like crazy. It's like shaking, and everything is moving around, and Prince Philip's hands are on the steering wheel. And he looks over at Prince Charles, and he says, "Charles, it's just wind. It's just air." And the spirit keeps on giving me this picture of him saying it's just wind, it's just air, and except for they're putting in there and they're saying that it's just energy. And so here's the interesting part about it all, is that of course I work in energy medicine, and so for me to say it's just energy really kind of diminishes the power of it, right? Everything that I do is just energy. The acupuncture, the psychic work, the mediumship, it's just energy. And so when I call it just energy, it takes away the power or the grandness of it, right? And so it's interesting because right now I know that there are so many of you out there who are feeling things in such an intense level. And so some of you are experiencing this physically, some mentally, some emotionally, some all together, all at once. I know I'm on some of the groups on Facebook. There's the Ascension groups and the event groups and all of that. And I'll read the comments, and a lot of the people are talking about all of the physical stuff that they are experiencing. And so some of that can be the anxiety stuff, heart palpitations, nausea, dizziness, all of from the really, really bad to the not so bad. And it's interesting because even though I have empathy for these people and what they're feeling, because I myself have experienced all of every single physical symptom, emotional symptom, mental symptom that you can imagine, I'm now at a place where, really I'm understanding that it's just energy. And thankfully, because when spirit tells me that it's just energy, then I know that I do not have to become attached to the emotion or the vibrational frequency of whatever it is that's coming through. And so I think this is the big message for everybody, and I really hope that you guys get this crystal clear, that even though you may be feeling things intensely, and so if it's grief that you're feeling, if it's loss, if it is anxiety or depression or any of the stronger emotions that don't feel so good, I want you to remember, and your teams of guides and angels want you to remember, that this is just energy. Okay. And so think of it this way. If you were walking outside and all of a sudden the wind came up and it blew your hair up and blew your coat off, you wouldn't stand there in the wind and have a conversation with the wind and find out why and where and what and dissect all of the reasons why you're feeling blown away and why you're feeling. You just wouldn't. You would pick your coat up, you would carry on, and you would keep on moving. And so Spirit's reminding us that it's the human part of us that feels the necessity to hang on to things, to dissect things, to give things labels. You know, one of the biggest things, and I'm telling you, I see this more and more in my practice, of people that are experiencing anxiety and depression or any of the mood disorders, it's not a sickness or an illness. It's a shift in their vibrational energy. And it's also can be as empaths, as an empath, and I didn't have that title for, it was never around before. I know that it can be energies that are coming through the planet that I can feel. And so part of what everybody's feeling now, I know we came through March was a hell of a ride with all of the equinox and the super moon and the full moon and everything. It was pretty intense. And I feel like right now it kind of knocked the wind out of everybody. And so everybody has been talking about April is going to be amazing and it's going to be awesome. And here we go. And your dreams are going to manifest and everything's going to fall into place. The only problem with that equation, guys, is that if you didn't do the work in March and you didn't let go of the stuff and you didn't shine the light on stuff, you're still bringing it into April. You're still going to carry that away. There's no magical potion that anybody can give you. Any of the people that are out there doing the ayahuasca trips or doing the, any of the, you're not going to reach enlightenment through a drink or through a pill or through you've come here to do the work, to dig in, to get your hands dirty, to have the experiences of it. And so part of wanting to reach enlightenment or higher consciousness or become in alignment with your higher self is shining the light on the dark parts of yourself and not spending time there, though. Acknowledging it for what it is, packing it up, and then getting rid of it. Spirit teaches me all the time is that we don't have to become an active participant in the emotions that go through us. And so that big reminder of it's just energy is going to be huge for many of you. So the next time that you're not feeling well, or you're feeling low, or you're feeling high, or remind yourself that it's just energy. It's very transient, it's going to come and it's going to go. Makes things so much easier and much less complicated. Because I can tell you, you could find a million videos on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram of people talking about their shadow self and their doing all this work and the death of the old soul and the rebirth of the new soul. That is human language, human thinking. We like to put a pretty bow on things and we like to have an explanation for things. We want everything to make sense to our human minds. And there are some things that just don't need to make sense. There's just some things that we do not need to dissect and figure out. And part of it is that everything is just energy. Okay. So we're going to do some readings for everybody after I got all of that out to you. Again, please say hi when you pop on. And what I want to do today, just to make sure that we utilize the time well, is I want you guys to ask a specific question. So if you're just popping on, you're just joining me, I want you to take a moment, just close your eyes. I just want you to connect with the energy of your team of guides and angels around you. And I want you to think of something that you need to know about right now. So something that would be helpful. And I want to tell you this because there's a lot of comments and I get a lot of messages on my page of people who are asking me questions about their loved ones who have passed and, closure on all of that. I want you to make sure that it's not something that you continually ask the question of and you've been given the answer a million times, not just by me or other mediums or psychics or your guides and angels, but from yourself, I want you to make sure that when you're asking a question, it's a question that you have asked yourself and that you truly were not able to find an answer to. Those are the kinds of questions that Spirit wants to help you with. The other stuff is stuff that you already intuitively know, and you don't need to be asking anybody those questions. So really put your energy and your time into something that's going to be helpful for you. Okay, so I'm going to say hi to everybody that's on here. Hi, Christy. Hi, Christine. Hi, Anna. Hi, Gwen. And yes, I can see messages, guys. Thank you. It's not always the best because sometimes the messages come through so fast that I can't keep up with it. But one thing for sure, and I know I say this all the time on here, but I do go back after at the end of the day and I will go through everybody's comments. So if you do leave me a comment, I will absolutely see that. And I appreciate all of the lovely words that everybody gives me, all the support. It does not go unnoticed. Okay, so I want you guys today, in order to get exactly what it is that you need, that you're looking for, I want you to give me a specific question that you are looking for. And this can be about your health or about your finances or about your love life, about your spiritual path. There may be questions that you have about that. I'm going to be on for the next 40 minutes or so. And so I want to make sure that this is your opportunity to be able to connect with spirits, be able to get some guidance, be able to get some insight, and get some of the questions, some of the burning questions that are on your mind that have been, that you haven't been able to find the answers for. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go back up. And I'd love to know where you guys are from. I am always interested where everybody finds me. And before I forget, a couple of things too, a couple housekeeping things. If you haven't already, please go to my website, so beingimbalance.ca, and sign up for my newsletter. You will be the first ones to find it when my new website is launched with all of my online classes and workshops. You will be the first one to know when my book has been officially launched and is available for purchase. And I also offer great deals for my online clients as far as having services with me, whether it's readings or healings online. And if you're looking for any of my videos, my meditation videos, the healing videos, you will find those all on YouTube. And so that's under Medium Jody Jones on YouTube. Please go there and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys realize when we come online here to do this with you and we take the time out of our schedule and we don't book any clients during this time, we're doing it to be of service, but there has to be an energy exchange that comes back with this. So remember this: if you're somebody that pops on to other people's lives and you get the free readings and you get the tarot and you get all of that stuff, please make sure that you are energetically supporting the people that you are watching. This is by liking it, by sharing it, by going to their website, by going to their YouTube channels. It does not necessarily mean that you have to purchase something from them. You can energetically support everybody in ways that you can, and it is appreciated. And remember, like attracts like. So when you give, you get. Okay. So let's see. So Marcia, let me see. Sorry, guys, I clicked on her name. Okay, so Marcia, I'm going to start with you. And where did you go? Okay, so Marcia said, I've been getting crazy anxiety lately to the point that I can't breathe. Yeah, that's pretty intense. So anxiety is one of the strongest vibrations that come with fear, right? That's on the planet. It's a purely human physical vibration. And so there are many, many things that we can do. I hope that you watch the beginning of this where you can say to yourself, this is just energy. I also want to say to you guys as a disclaimer, though, that I would never ever say do not go to your doctor and have all of the tests done and all of the blood work and all of the stuff to make sure that there's nothing purely physical going on with you. I spent a huge part of my life in the beginning when I started having my ascension symptoms, which was in long time ago. But I went through that. I did do the whole see the doctor, have all the tests, see all the specialists, do all of the, so I had all of that to rule everything out. And that's a really important thing for you to do at the beginning of your journey, because what it will do is it will appease that part of you. It'll calm that part of you down that is still wondering about the why, what, where, when. And so when you get back all of your test results and they all come back negative, or they all come back in without any information, then you can then start to do all of the other things that will be much more helpful for you, right? Which is the meditation, the prayer, there's supplements, there's vitamins, there's seeking counselors, seeking therapists, seeking healers, seeking light workers. So many options available for you. Okay, so let me see what else we need to know. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Anne. So Anne's saying, I have been stressed lately. Reading would be great to know if I am doing the right thing. Okay, so, and I want to remind you, and so Spirit tells me that whenever you are doing anything through the vibration of stress, you are on the wrong path. Okay, and they're talking to me that it's unneeded. So they're saying that what you're doing right now is you're in the right direction, you're going in the right direction. They're making me feel like this is going to be lucrative for you, but they're making me feel like you're getting in your own way. So they're saying that you're over processing, you're overthinking everything. So they make me feel like you're very, very detail oriented, like they're showing spreadsheets and like lists and yeah, so you definitely have got everything well organized and you've got everything figured out, but it's time to kind of trust in the magic of things. It's time to remember again who you are, that you're a soul, that you're always connected to source, and that it's only ever the ego and the pain body that gets you in the way and disconnects you from that connection. So I do feel like, and you have a really good partner that's with you as well. They tell me that he is like the strong silent type, very grounding for you. Listen to him more. They're saying that you dismiss him sometimes, that you don't give him the credit that he deserves. So tune into that, because that's a great source for you for insight. But I really do feel like you are in the right direction. It's going in the right direction. You're just slowing things down yourself because of all of the complications that you're adding to it. So simplify. They're saying simplify for you. Okay. Thank you. And please, guys, give me something specific if you're going on here. Give me a specific question so that I can tune into you better. So Amy Maria was saying, will these emotions I'm going through now pass? So, I mean, obviously, I can say that that will be a yes. I do feel like, though, my dear, you are in a deep time right now. And so when I say deep, it's like a low. You're in a definite low. And sometimes when we get into those lows, it can be hard to get out of this, especially if you're really good at it, which they're telling me that you are. And so they're telling me to tune into that power, that energy that you have, because you have very strong constitutional energy. So that means that you have this vibrancy about you that can work really well for you. It can also work really well against you. And so that's what's happening right now. So you're just going to have to they're talking to me about being really uncomfortable. They're saying that they're going to continue to make things. They're showing me the number 6. And so that for me, that's a 6 month. It feels short. So 6 months. They're making me feel like they're going to be making everything really uncomfortable for you for the next 6 months. They're making me feel like it's going to they're saying an all-time low, that you're going to have to hit the all-time low to be able to realize that this just is not working for you, and that you're going to do the opposite. They say the polar opposite to me. And so when they're saying that, it's like you're going to have this instant shift in awareness of like, this is not working. And so the superpowers that they talk about that you have, that strength, that vitality, is really going to launch you into another direction. And it's going to be a really positive direction for you, because you're actually going to be of service to others. There's whatever it is that they're going to have you doing, you're going to be helping others that have been in the same place that you're in right now. Okay, awesome. And so Leslie is saying to me, tell my dad I'm sorry I caused him pain. Well, my dear, he is around you all the time, so you tell him and he hears you. They hear your words, your loved ones in spirit, guys. You don't need to go and see a medium to connect with them. You know that they're around you all of the time, and they are vibrational beings, so they can hear your voice. They can feel your energy. So do yourself a favor and have the conversation. Let the words come out of your mouth. Release that energy that you have inside your body that you're holding on to, the grief, the regrets, all of that. Let it out through your physical body. Oh, and he's actually showing me of writing him a note as well. So I don't know if this was, he was somebody who would write things down and put things out of his head and down onto paper, but he's literally showing me that that's a way for you to communicate with him. So take some time, sit down, clear your head, clear the emotions, and then get a pen and paper and then write your note out to your dad and just let it all come out. Everything that they're showing me, that this is going to be very, very therapeutic for you, that there's so much that you have been stuffing down inside with like the fear of the effects of it. And so Spirit wants you to know that it's just affecting you. It is completely affecting you in a negative way, and it's time to release it. It's time to, like, they're literally showing me like the cork coming off the bottle and letting that pressure out, because you're so hard on yourself. Like very, very hard on yourself. And so know that your dad does not hold you in any way, shape, or form of blame. So know that he comes with pure love to you and pure understanding. And he's in a much different place energetically now, right? He was here working on his stuff. The stuff that he didn't work on, he will come back and work on that in another lifetime. So do not hang on to all of that stuff through this lifetime that you have. You have much more important things to be doing. Okay. So Kathy is saying, am I going to be able to reach my higher self? So you know that the only thing that stops you from having the awareness of your higher self, because remember, if we want to talk about words as our soul and our higher self being the same thing, it's who you are. It is the species that you are. It is it would be like saying that you were born if you were born in an African tribe and your skin is black, but you were adopted by a white family, it would be saying, will I ever realize that I'm black? Do you guys understand? I hope that analogy made sense to you. But I want you to know that there's no having to connect to your higher self. Your higher self is always there. You're always a soul. The things that stop that connection from happening or diminish the strength of the connection is your ego and your pain body. And so those are both parts of the human personality that you inherit when you come into the physical form. So when your soul has chosen the parents, the family, the lineage, the roots, all of that for the life lessons that you have to work on, part of what you inherit vibrationally is the energy of the ego and the energy of the pain body. And so for you, I can really feel like definitely for a big part of your life, the ego and the pain body have been the drivers of your vehicle. And so yes, that's why it would feel to you like you're not connecting with your higher self. But trust me when I say the energy of the soul or the higher self is always very passive energy. It's very subtle energy. Just like spirit, when spirit connects with us, That's why not everybody can be a good medium or a good psychic, because when spirit communicates with us, they're communicating telepathically. And so telepathic communication is very subtle. It's a very subtle vibration. And so that's why everybody can't do it. So for you, it's getting to know, again, it's getting to know how soul energy feels and how ego pain body energy feels. And so for you, I'm really feeling like this is a big chunk of your life where you're they're talking about feeling driven, like there's this sense, this need to get to a destination, to get to an end point. And again, that would be the energy of ego or pain body that has that drive, that need to end. Remember, our soul comes here for experience. And because there's no such thing as time or space, and our soul has that understanding of that, there's no rush or need to complete or end anything. Yes, we do have a bit of an agenda when we come here, because we say that it has to serve a purpose. But for you, they're really showing me that it's just getting to know the difference of the vibrations and being able to give permission for your soul to step into the driver's seat. And it's really that simple. It's really that they're talking about like letting down the guard a little bit, opening up and releasing the resistance. And so we can do this many ways. We can do this through prayer. We can do this through meditation. We can work with energy workers to help us, show us how we can get out of our own way. But it's interesting because they show me like a fence for you, and it's like this fence that has been built, this blocking energy fence that's kind of like, and you're just on the other side of it. It's like you can start to see, or you're getting glimpses of it, but it's that fence is still in your way. And it's just the energy of the ego and the pain body. So if you haven't yet, and this is awesome advice for anybody that is watching, go and read one of Eckhart Tolle's books. And so The Power of Now, which is, his first book, will talk to you and give you a better explanation about the energies of the ego, the pain body, and the soul, so you can understand that. Okay, I hope that is helpful. Okay. So, today, I'm not an advocate of drinking dairy products at all. Of course, my traditional Chinese medicine background would say no, that's a no-no. But the energy was so intense this morning and throughout the day, and to the clients that I've worked with already doing readings, that I really felt the need to ground my energy. And so I'm having a banana milkshake. And so know that is one of the great ways, we can do this in comfort foods, but the sugar and the banana and the creaminess is really grounding, and I'm kind of loving it. Okay, so Sarah is saying, I need my mother's approval that I did a good job taking care of it. Not normal to lay in bed for 4 hours with my dead mother. Okay, my dear. So I'm going to say right away, first of all, your relationship with your mother was not normal to begin with. So there's no point in us even using that terminology when we're talking about her passing and your experience with it. So you're going to let me put your comment up here so that I can see it. Okay. So there's definitely a really special, extra special connection between you and your mom. They do make me feel like, and as she comes through, she makes me feel like the roles were reversed often. So meaning that you would be the mother and she would be the child. I do feel like there's been many lifetimes that you guys have had together where this kind of duality has happened, where you guys are both working with each other, and not always in the easiest way. Like, I don't feel like it's always been like a loving, caring, nurturing relationship. I think that there's been a lot of hurt and a lot of they're talking to me about trust, so a lot of trust issues coming up around that for sure. So I want you to know though, because when your mom comes through, she's talking about just about picking up and carrying on, about not using her, and I got to be honest with you, when she comes through, she's like, she's got to, you know, like, get on with it. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. I want you to pick up and I want you to carry on. She's saying that she does not want you to use her as the excuse for failure or for not doing what you need to do in your life. And so know that even though she comes through with that from a place of love, it's also from a place of like, you know this. Like, it's a bit of a kick in the ass. It's like, I'm not telling anything that you don't already know. She's saying that you're very, very intuitive, and she says that you need to trust that intuition more. She wants you to understand that she's saying clean slate. She's saying clean slate, super, super important. So remember, anything that has to do with her passing and her death and all that, she's there, and Spirit's coming through with her loud and clear saying, do not make it bigger than it was. They're showing me, like, you know, the saying that don't make a mountain out of a molehill. This is really, really important, that you're not making it more than you can handle, because they're telling me that you're at maximum capacity right now as far as what you can handle emotionally, like literally ready to tip off the edge. And my dear, they're saying that you're doing this to yourself. And so know that mom from the other side is doing everything that she can to do to support you and to guide you. But remember, our loved ones on the other side are not here to give us the answers to life. They're not here to tell us what to do. And so remember, that's coming from you, coming from your guides and your angels, and working together on that. More work needs to be done for you with prayer and meditation. More raising your vibration up, doing things to raise your vibration instead of lowering your vibration. And you know what I'm talking about, right? They're showing me that clearly. Okay. Okay. And again, hi everybody. So remember, go to the website beinginbalance.ca. That's where you can book any private readings with me. I do readings anywhere in the world. We can do them in person. If you're in Ontario, we can do them on Skype. We can do them on Messenger. We can do them over the phone. And there's lots of options for the readings. So beinginbalance.ca. Okay. So Diana McGregor is saying, Jody, will our financial get better? Okay, so they are telling me they're saying a bit of a pickle right now. And so I know that that feels like they're literally showing me like the purse strings are tight, making me feel like there is some worry about where money is going to come from, where we're going to get the money. They do show me it's around a property as well. So I don't know if this is you've been sinking money into a property, or there's been repairs coming up that's been eating away your money. I do feel like this is going to last a little while for you. They do make me feel like your relationship with money is not great right now. And so I want to remind you guys all about this too. This is another one. Write this one down. So remember, money, finances, they're not some special magical power that has us at will and at its control. Remember, money is just a currency. It's a vibrational currency. And so we use it here on earth to exchange it for things that we need and that we want. And so your vibrational relationship and awareness with money has to be what you want it to be coming back to you. Does that make sense to you? So really, really simple. I ask clients when I'm working with this, if I talk to you about money right now, if I say, think about your bank account, what kind of feelings come up for you? What kind of emotions, what kind of feelings, what kind of thoughts? And so if they right away are like, oh, they make my stomach feel sick, or they give me a headache, or they make my neck and my shoulders feel tight because I feel stressed about it, remember, that is your vibrational relationship with money. That's the whole diagnosis of that. And because that is your frequency, that's going to be the frequency that is matched back to you. Because that's exactly how the law of attraction works on this planet. And so remember that if you want money to be abundant for you in your life and you want to not have any worries about money in your life, you need to shift your vibrational energy around it. And so for you, they're talking to me about, Diana, about being more grateful, adding more gratitude into the way you feel about things. So being grateful for your family, because they talk to me that family is around a lot, and that you don't necessarily acknowledge that. And so acknowledge that on a deeper level. Acknowledge that you do have a roof over your head. Acknowledge that you do have food in your cupboards. Acknowledge that you've got that lovely sofa in your living room that you like to sit on. Acknowledge all of that stuff, because what it does is it raises your frequency around the currency of money. And so when you get to a certain level of vibrational energy being positive around money, then money starts to flow easily into your experience. And I know, trust me, I did not always have this relationship with money. It was one of my life lessons that I absolutely needed to work on. But it gets easier and easier the more you train yourself to recognize that, again, when you are in the vibration of fear around money, then that brings more fear around money into your experience. And so, Diana, they're saying that they want to remind you, though, because, it's easy for us to blame outside, right? Outside sources, people, places, things. We can point fingers easily. They're saying it's an inside job. So remember that this is your projection of what's coming out is coming back. And so it can shift like this. You can instantly decide, I'm grateful for what I have. Yes, I'm in a pickle right now. Yes, I feel like the purse strings are tight. And yes, I don't know where the money's going to come from. But I know that this is not going to last forever. I know that this is going to pass. And I know the more that I get into vibrational alignment with what I want, the sooner that will start coming into my experience for me. Okay, so it's all up to you, absolutely up to you. Okay, so let me see here. Sorry, you guys, my comments just froze there. Okay. And you guys have some really, really good comments. I wish I could spend more time on here with you. But this is why I do private readings, right? This is why you have that option. And so Gloria Snow Sims is saying to me, do you have relationship advice for our blended family? That's interesting. Yeah, so I think that keep in mind that there's going to be a little bit of ironing out of things, because really, really interesting. So very, very strong personalities coming together in this new family, in the new combination. They're showing me the number 4. So I don't know, is that you and then 2 kids coming in, or is it 2 and 2 kids? They're showing me 4. Anyways, it's really interesting because everybody is so much alike energetically that there's friction, that there's like banging of heads, and there's frictions, and there's like, it's my way or it's the highway kind of energy that's going around everything. And so you guys are going to be learning some great, great things, some really, really good life lessons about trusting, about boundaries they're talking about, but also about, for you specifically, about nurturing and softening of your energy. So I don't know if you know this or you're aware of this, but these extra children that have come to you have been brought to you for a reason. So you're actually going to be giving them some stuff that they have not been able to get. And you're going to be a really important part in their lives. Keep that in mind, especially when things are getting difficult, because I feel like there's going to be times when you just want to give up. I feel like there's serious friction between yourself and your partner. And I want you to know, though, the underlying energy that's around the family is love. Like, it's that love that's tying everybody together. So even in the moments when it does not feel like that, and you feel like you're just energetically drained, because I can feel like that's you're at right now. Like, it's just at a point where you're like, what more? What more can I do? And so trust that this is going to work itself out. It's like these pieces of a puzzle that are lining up for you energetically. So Spirit's saying to me around you, the big picture. Remember the big picture. And so remember, there's no such thing as a coincidence or an accident. So remember that the group that you have together right now has all come together for some big reasons, like some big soul lessons that are going to be coming out, and you're kind of like the center of it. They show me that like you're the kind of center glue, that's keeping everything running smoothly. And so get rid of the thinking, because they're saying to me that you have the thought of I'm falling apart. They're saying falling apart. Get rid of that dialogue that's going through you, because nothing is falling apart. It's just your emotional reactions around it. And so again, remember everything that I say about the ego and the pain body. Ego and pain body will have you believe that things are falling apart. Nothing is ever falling apart. Yes, things restructure themselves. And yes, some things need to leave in order for stuff to come. But if falling apart sounds negative to you and makes you feel negative, take it out of your vocabulary and flip it into something that's going to be more helpful for you. Okay? I hope that that's helpful, Gloria. But you have some awesome love and guidance to be giving to this family, and so this is they're saying it's a pivotal time for you right now. So get excited about that, about the newness of that, and don't get caught up in the hurdles. Kind of let the hurdles like go off into the distance for you. Okay. Okay, so guys, if you're leaving comments about, and I get this in the messenger as well, of please help me, and you have, and nobody can help you unless you know what kind of help you need. This is important. You cannot randomly ask for help, and if you don't know what kind of help you need right now, then you need to start with yourself. You need to start asking yourself some of these hard questions. Make sure that we have to have accountability, guys, right? We have to have accountability for where we are, what's happening, because we are the creators. We are the ones that are creating this experience. And there's no randomness to anything. Everything happens absolutely for a reason. So always, always keep that in mind, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna do, sorry guys, trying to read all the comments. They come in so fast, and I can't always stay on top of them, but I will go back and read everything after. And remember, if there's, you do have the option of reaching out to my office and booking private readings as well. So keep that in mind, okay? Okay, so let me see. Dali Terry, okay, says, why is so much bad luck going on with my family? Okay. Yeah, it's interesting, because they're making me feel, it's interesting how what we can perceive as bad luck when things are kind of like chaotic. I feel like everything is chaotic and all over the place for you. But again, I really feel like it's like a matter of kind of things breaking down, old things breaking down for you in order to rebuild, to get back up. And so it's really, really important, again, for your mindset around this. Like, there's no curse around your family. There's no, you have a group of people right now who collectively are being shown some shit they need to work on. So this is literally some stuff that they have not been accountable for, some stuff that they've not been acknowledging that they need to work on. And so part of this is it's interesting how they brought you guys kind of all together, and everybody collectively is having all the little bumps in their lives financially. The breakups, the relationship breakups, the health stuff they're talking to me about. I don't know if it's your mom and her teeth, something about mom and her teeth. But I can really feel there's a strong vibration of fear that's running through the family, and part of it is that chaotic, nervous energy. But they're talking to me about, for you in particular, losing faith. They're saying losing faith. Okay, and so this can be the disconnect of sitting and allowing yourself to be in worry mode and not remembering again that you do have meditation, you do have prayer, you do have your guides and your angels that are around you to help you and guide you. You do have to open up and allow them to come in and to work with you. Remember, free will, Spirit tells me all of the time, free will allows us to choose to suffer or to choose help. And it really, really is a choice. You have to, and because you are now here in this physical body, you actually physically have to take action in order to make the connection. And so that is through the action of meditation or through the action of prayer. But you have to take the steps. They're talking about you need to take the steps. They're saying break the cycle. They're saying for you, it's time for you to break that cycle. Do you understand? Like this stuff that's been this dark cloud that's kind of going over the family has been going over it for quite some time now. And they're saying that you are the one that's going to be breaking the cycle. And it's literally going to be, they're showing me, it's like reading a book. Reading the book and looking at the words on the pages and thinking, oh my God, this is crap. I don't want to read this anymore. Closing the book and putting it down. That seems too big to be too easy, right? It's too easy. It's that easy. It really, really is that easy. So again, your connection, you have to have that connection. You have to have that faith. That's got to come back in. And then that deciding that this just doesn't work. This isn't working for me. And deciding that, remember, vibrationally, deciding it, your whole being has to decide, this is not working for me anymore. Done, gone, leaving it, letting it go. And when you do that, you create space, energetic space. And when energetic space opens up, then you have the opportunity for stuff to come in that actually feels good and is what you want. Make sense? Make sense, everybody on there? So Sarah's saying that she can't stop crying right now. So crying is an awesome thing, guys. Do not stop yourself from crying. If you are in a place where you feel like you need to cry, let it out. Crying is heavy, dense, sad, physical in your body. It does not need to be there. Let it out. Do not ever stop yourself from feeling an emotion and getting it out. So be thankful that your physical body, your soul connection with your physical body knows enough that it's time to let it go, to let the tears come out. And don't analyze it. Don't have to have a reason of why you're crying, and don't have to have a what, why, where, when about it. Just have the cry and let it out. It's interesting because some of the readings that I do for clients, they will literally show me that they need to let themselves completely crumble to the ground, become a big, ugly mess, and then be able to pick themselves back up. And it's almost like they have to reach that point, that low, low point, in order to be able to really experience the contrast and get out of it. Some of us are easier. Some of us learn quicker than others. Some of us really kind of need to have that. We need to hit that rock bottom. It's a choice, though. You do not have to have rock bottom. And I wouldn't recommend going that way if you can do it any other way. Okay. So, guys, our time is up. That goes by so, so fast. Martha's saying hugs from Cape Cod. Love Cape Cod. Martha, I was there this summer with my family. We got to do the whale watching. We got to see Nantucket and all of that beautiful, beautiful country. Absolutely loved it. We'll definitely go back at some point. Okay. So lovely connecting with you guys all today. I want to share this last little bit, this little exercise that Spirit gave me. And so I just want to, when we get really attached to an emotion, so, you know, and some of us will be, you know, where sadness is the emotion that is dominant. So we, you know, we feel that really, that weak energy, that tired, that lethargic energy. Some of us, it can be anger and resentment and bitterness, where we feel that kind of fiery energy. Any way you describe all of those energies, they're all coming from the same place, which is fear, which is not the vibrational currency of our soul. And so we need to be able to do things to be able to put us into a place of neutrality. And I know that I say meditation, 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 because that is the easiest way to get there. For some people, though, meditation can be a bit of a hurdle in the beginning until you do it. So Spirit gave me this, and they gave me this after my last client today, a way for you to put yourself into that neutral zone, and it's through daydreaming. So I know that everybody has let themselves daydream at some point in their life. When we're children, we do it more. As adults, I think we don't stop to let ourselves daydream. So here's a really cool exercise I want to give you guys. Just sitting in your house, your kitchen, your living room, your bedroom, wherever you want to sit, I want you just to find a picture on your wall that you can look at. Doesn't matter what the picture is. It could be a person, a place, a thing, an object. Does not matter. I want you to get comfortable. I want you to look at the picture, and I want you to have a daydream with the picture. So I just want you to allow yourself no thought, no thinking. And if you do go into thinking about what's for supper or what's at the bank tomorrow or what you have to do, I want you to say no thought, no thinking, back to your daydream. And remember, when we have a daydream, it's a full body experience. It's not just with our mind, it's our entire being. And so that's where the powerful healing comes in, is when we let our whole entire being get into that place of neutrality. That's where the healing happens. That's where the clarity comes in. This is why we need to sleep. It's the only reason why we go to sleep, is to be able to create that space. And so I know a lot of you are not great sleepers, and I know a lot of people on the planet right now are not sleeping well because of all the energies coming through. So give yourself a break and allow yourself to do a daydream, okay? So I want to tell everybody I'm so grateful for all of your support on my website. Again, please, on here, like, comment, share, all of that. I know that you're supporting me. Absolutely would love to connect with you in person. Beinginbalance.ca, there is options for readings, for services, for everything else. Please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get all of my videos for free. And I will announce the next time that I get to pop on here again with you guys. I absolutely love sharing this time with you and sharing the energy. And I'm wishing you all the best. Sending huge love, huge gratitude from my team to all of yours. Namaste.